I warned my partner that if he ever touched the steering wheel while I was driving again, I'd leave him stranded. He didn't believe me. A few days prior, he was invited to a gathering at the home of his close work colleague whom he called his work wife. When I asked if I could join as his guest, he refused. His reasoning: since I don't drink, I dampen the atmosphere and earn a reputation as the party pooper among his coworkers. He claimed excluding me was for my own benefit. 6 hours later at 3 a.m., my phone rang, waking me from sleep. It was him, drunk and pleading for a ride home. Groggy, I asked what happened to the cash I'd given him for a cab. Turns out his work wife, let's call her Sarah, was hungry, so he treated her to a lavish meal at a pizza joint. Not just a slice. He bought her a massive pizza, 3 side dishes, a dessert, and a drink. Shocked but prioritizing his safety, I got in my car and drove 45 minutes to Sarah's place. When I arrived, I called him, but he didn't pick up. It took 7 tries before he finally answered, stumbling into the car with an apology. Apparently, Sarah had lost a bracelet, and he was helping her search for it. I brushed it off and started driving, but barely a minute in, he began yelling about how amazing the party was. He laughed, saying, "Sarah did this hilarious impression of you, you should have seen it." Then, in a drunken burst of laughter, he grabbed the steering wheel. Exhausted and irritated, I yanked his hand away and pulled over. I told him firmly that I wasn't in the mood for his nonsense and warned him again. Touch the wheel one more time and I'd leave him to walk back to Sarah's. He chuckled, mocking me with, "Sarah says you're all talk. That's why you've got such a big mouth. You'd never do it. You love me too much." I started driving again, but within 2 minutes he grabbed the wheel again, this time yanking it hard. The car swerved, skidded, hit a curb and crashed into a large shrub. I screamed in panic, and only when we were lodged in the bush did he let go, laughing hysterically and mimicking me. "Don't do it again, don't do it again. This is why you're no fun." Thankfully, the car only had minor scratches and I managed to back out. Furious, I told him to get out or I was driving home alone. He stared at me, assuming I was bluffing. I wasn't. I told him in all seriousness that if he didn't leave the car, our relationship was done. He accused me of overreacting, claiming he wouldn't exit unless I forced him. Unsure of what to do, I tricked him by saying I thought the tire was flat and asked him to grab the spare from the trunk, sweetening the deal with a suggestive promise. The moment he stepped out, I hit the gas and drove off. I got home 30 minutes later and cried for hours. 8 hours after that, he showed up at my door, soaked and muddy, claiming he didn't remember anything from the night before. He asked why my car was scratched. I'm torn about forgiving him. At my kitchen table, still in his filthy clothes, he kept pressing for details about the previous night. I recounted everything, picking him up from Sarah's, his 2 attempts to grab the wheel, the crash into the shrub, and his mocking laughter. His expression shifted as memories surfaced, and he grew silent. Then, suddenly, he slammed his fist on the table. He insisted I was wrong to abandon him on the road, ranting about how dangerous it was and how anything could have happened to him. I reminded him that he endangered us both by grabbing the wheel, despite— This is just a short part of the story. For the full story, click the link below and watch it on our channel. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, so you never miss the amazing stories we upload next.